Hello and welcome back. Last week we discussed why you need insurance. This year is about growth. We are preparing you for being accountable, but also for providing for your family without any worries. Without any worries. Having a peace of mind is important if you want to achieve your goals this year. So that's why we're having this conversation. How do we prepare a fertile ground for you to be a better person this financial year? To get us this conversation, we still have our guest, Mr. Stephen Mulinda, who is the UAP Insurance Financial Advisor, and now our focus is solely on medical insurance. I've seen all your questions on medical insurance. That's why we have him here, so let's get started. Welcome back, Stephen.
Thank you, Adelle.
It's nice to have you. So last week we discussed about the whole general importance of having insurance.
Yes.
I do believe that you understood why insurance is important. Your peace of mind, your future protection, your retirement benefits, it's very, very important to be insured.
Sure.
In this case,
Yes.
medical insurance is our focus. And this is because we had so many complaints around this medical insurance, and this is a time to change the terrain or to change people's attitudes towards getting medical insurance. In the first place, what is medical insurance?
Medical insurance, I would say that that's a cover which is extended to someone by an insurance company to cover his health. In case someone gets sick, he has a backup plan, is fully insured to get medical treatment in a hospital of their own choice. Yes, that's basically what I can say about medical insurance.
In other words, we are still transferring risk to you.
Yes, we are still transferring a risk to the insurance company. So you get a peace of mind when you pick up a medical insurance. Let's say that if you're not around and then a maid calls you that, okay, my so-and-so is sick, so you don't need to rush home. The medical insurance will be there. You just may either call a Uber guy, take this kid to the hospital. You find them in the hospital when they're already
Done the first aid and everything.
done the first aid, gotten the first treatment, and by the time you get there, you find that the child is okay. So by that time, I would say that you'll have a peace of mind.
Of course. Something about medical insurance that we learned through the COVID period.
Yes.
And by that time, there was no COVID on most medical covers.
Yes.
Is that you had to spend a lot of money taking care of the effects that came after COVID.
Yes.
And there was no disposable income to help you run with your own health.
Yes. Yes.
In that case, it was difficult to manage life.
True.
Medical insurance, the myth around it, it is expensive.
One, I would say medical insurance is not expensive. No. And when you talk about COVID, it was something new for the entire world. It was something new for the entire world, for Uganda. And some of our clauses, pandemics are not covered.
Okay.
Yes. COVID was a pandemic.
And it's not covered, and it was quite expensive.
Yes. It was not on cover, it was something new to us. It brought the whole world to a standstill, and everyone was like, no, what is this?
At this particular time, is COVID covered?
At this particular time, COVID is covered. COVID is covered, and I'll give you even another something else which wasn't covered. AIDS wasn't covered.
Yeah, HIV?
HIV.
Yes.
Wasn't on cover.
Cancer? The terminal diseases, most of them are not on cover.
Some diseases were not on cover. HIV is on cover. A person who was an HIV, who was a HIV, is now can fully take up an insurance policy. Let it be a life policy. Previously, people who had HIV, they were not even allowed to take a life policy. Someone who had HIV was not allowed to take up a
that was very discriminative.
Definitely. But now, someone who has HIV can take up a life cover policy. Someone who has HIV can take up a what? A medical insurance.
So it's now all inclusive, and that's a very good thing.
It's all inclusive. It's a full package now.
That's a good thing. The other issue, I tried to insure my mother. She's about 70, and she was not allowed.
Yes.
Look, the reason why we take this insurance, Stephen, is to take care of such old age people.
True.
But now I can't insure my mother because she's above 70. How is that? Isn't that also restraining? Why people don't get motivated to actually buy medical insurance?
All insurance covers have an age limit.
Okay.
Our age limit now, previously it was 65 years.
Yeah.
And because of the complaints that came through.
Yeah, many complaints.
Many complaints.
Including mine.
The age limit was increased.
To?
It's now 68.
By only 3 years?
Yes. But if someone has been on cover, let's say from 60 years,
yeah.
let's say 50 years, someone has been on cover 60 years, 65 years, say 68 years,
yeah.
69 years, he can still be on cover up to, let's say, 80 years.
Because of the history?
Because of that history we have on book.
Okay.
Someone can still be on cover. But you cannot bring someone who is, let's say, 67 years and you expect us to extend their years to...
Why is that though? Are you trying to manage risk? Why is it that...
Yes, because we are trying to manage risks as well as an organization, as an insurance company. We are trying to manage risks in that we don't have a bad book for the business.
Okay, so speaking about that, that's one of the complaints that I've been hearing about, yes. Restricting age, and also ladies. Some ladies are not covered. Lady issues are not yes. covered. Yes. For example, if I'm testing for pregnancy, you don't cover me under insurance.
If you're testing for pregnancy, it's all dependent. You see, medical insurance has two components.
Okay.
There's what we call group medical and individual medical, which is Serene Care.
Okay.
Group medical, it's a all comprehensive insurance cover, which covers even maternal as well.
Okay.
On the moment you take up group medical insurance like this, you are fully covered with maternal. But for Serene Care, which is individual medical, you give us a waiting period of basically 1 year. Let's say for 20, you get on medical, you get maternal insurance for your maternal
after 1 year.
After 1 year.
Isn't that also unfair? Those are the things that I wanted to raise to you, to bring to your attention in this, and we need to clear the air to the viewers as well.
Yes.
Why is it that I have paid the same insurance money?
True. And
just like the other person who's in group, but
yes.
me, the difference now here is because I'm an individual. And then I have no access to maternal benefits.
Yes. You see, even for group, there are some risks which have waiting periods.
Okay.
There are some risks which have waiting periods. Let's say for a period of 6 months, a period of 1 year. You cannot go for a kidney transplant even if you have a group medical insurance and say that tomorrow I'm going to India for a kidney transplant.
Yes.
No. You must have there's a waiting period for that. The same thing that applies to maternal, individual medical. That waiting period of 1 year, and then we give you a cover for that during that second year of what? Of cover. So the waiting period gives us what we call.
It gives you a safety net.
Yes,
it gives you a safety net as an insurance company.
It gives us a safety net as an insurance company, in that to see, okay, the person that we've taken up, how can we manage this risk?
Oh, you're saying their history, or what are you assessing in that 1 year?
Tracking the history, and also the user of how insurance is being utilized during that period of time as well.
Okay.
Yes.
I used to have a question of, if I don't use the insurance for the whole year, why don't you compensate me? Why don't you give me my money back? I've not gone to hospital.
Yes.
The year has passed. Why don't you give my insurance back? Why doesn't it be compounded to be used in the next year?
Medical insurance, that's not how it operates.
Okay.
Yes. That's not how it operates. Medical insurance, you pass single injection this year, you don't utilize it, you pay another premium next year. But when we say that the risk is not so much,
Yeah.
the client is not utilizing his medical. We always sit
We
down.
can have conversations.
Yes, we can now.
You're opening a can of worms.
We can have conversations and say, okay, you've been paying a premium of, let's say, 4.5
Every single year?
Every single year. Okay, the risk is not so high. We are going to reduce for you the premiums.
But access the same benefits.
Access the same benefits.
You're opening a can of worms. But that's one of the important things that I've been hearing, you know. Why
Yes.
can't we get or pushed to the next year so I don't have to keep paying if I'm not using the money? What I usually tell you guys is go to the hospital and do a full check. Even if you're not sick, use your money. Go to the hospital, get a full body check, ask for anything you can ask for, just so that Steven doesn't come back and say, give me more money.
And we don't go to the hospital to forge claims. Don't go to hospitals to forge claims.
No, because we want to use our money. Anyway, the other question or the other issue that came up in some of these conversations, how do I know? Now I'm watching this for the first time.
Yes.
I want to take up insurance, medical insurance specifically. How do I know that this is the right insurance partner?
All insurance companies, I would say in Uganda, we are regulated by IRA, Insurance Regulatory Authority. That's our big boss. So the first thing you have to know, is this person regulated? Does he have a license? Now, is he going to provide for me? Is he going to provide me the right medical insurance that I need? Who are some of his service providers?
Yes, which hospitals are you affiliated to?
Is this person affiliated to?
Coverage, in other words.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you get to know all that, so that's when you have to go for that.
How about the financial strength of that company? I've seen you go to a hospital and they tell you, no, we don't take this insurance because they delay to make payments. how you have to do some research into the history of that insurance company?
You may get the right information.
Yeah.
Or you may not get the right information about the financial background of that insurance company. But the most important thing is this person regulated under IRA. Because there are so many, there are few service providers out there who may not be regulated by IRA. They want to provide the same service. When you get there, you get that medical insurance, and then you start moving around different hospitals, and they're like, oh, no, you know what? We are not aware about this service. We are not aware about this insurance company. But when you get to know that, okay, the person is regulated by IRA, he has all the certificates, definitely you have to choose that person as your right service provider.
If anything goes wrong, can I go to that regulator and claim?
Definitely. If anything goes wrong, you have to go to the regulator and claim, and lodge in a claim, a complaint. As a client, IRA is going to listen to you 100%. And by the time they call the insurance company,
they will have the issue all together. Okay,
yes.
I get that. Then there is also an issue of customer service.
yes.
Customer service. Some insurance brokers or companies, there's a way they lack in that area, and then I think it's also one element where a person who's choosing, you can have that element. For example, there's a time where when I had an issue with my son, and I didn't
Yes.
have his card.
Yes.
And I just had to make a phone call, and my son, but in some cases they say you must come with a card. Things are stringent.
Yes.
How is it different in your organization?
Basically, in my organization, I would say for you, if as an organization, customer care is one of the key things that we take up as something very important. Because without our clients, we don't have business.
Yeah.
You've been our client before, and
Yes,
you're still
I
our
am.
client.
Yes, I am.
And I will confidently say that I've been your agent for the last 4 or 5 years. 6 years. And if I was a bad agent, I wouldn't be seated here.
That's true. That's very true. And also maybe the other business would have also been cut off. But the whole thing is medical insurance becomes very pertinent, especially in this age and era where sicknesses are rising. How do we now, as we conclude, and you tell our viewers, how do we ensure that we set aside some funds for medical insurance? Because the rainy days are too many lately, especially for our little ones, if you have children, if you have a family.
All our viewers, what I can urge you to do is take up medical insurance, because as I told you at inception, it gives you insurance. When you have insurance, you definitely have a peace of mind. Take up insurance, however small it may be. Take up that premium, pay to the insurance company. Sit down with your agent, sit down with your broker, sit down with that insurance company and tell them, you know what, this is what I can manage to pay as premiums. And they might even arrange for you a payment plan for you. Pay this amount of premium for this period of year, for this period of time, and you'll be on cover. Take up insurance. Insurance is not for only the rich.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, medical issues are becoming very pertinent. Our children, ourselves, it's getting crucial that we are secure. And medical insurance is one of those ways that you can secure your future as well. Remember, this channel is about accountability and growth. How do you grow when you're always sick? How do you grow when your child is not well? How do you grow when you have things that you're worrying about that concern your health? I think it's important that we look back and do a bit of an assessment and see how much can I invest in insurance. And then you can secure yourself and start planning and growing for the future. At Candid Talk, we promise to bring you such conversations with the experts, so that you can always ask questions. If you haven't subscribed, this is the time. Please click the subscribe button and then also like or leave a comment, so that Stephen can come back here sometime in the future to answer all the questions that you might have around medical insurance. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. In the meantime, the new Nanjing Hotel is open and well refurbished. If you have small meetings, if you have small conversations, lunches and dinners, family gatherings, please, this is the place to be, and it is our new home. Thank you for watching. Have a very, very good day. Bye-bye.